chat. Welcome to another stream with the even more of a fuzzball. I was sitting on the couch writing some code, so my hair's all over the place. I guess that's the way things go. Michaela, how's it going? Hello. MJ, thank you for the resub. It's 7 months. Appreciate your continued support. Good to see you again. How y'all doing? Oh man, carpet's off screen. Damn it, carpet. You're supposed to be right here. There you go. Now carpet's on the tree. But anyway, today is Friday, the 26th of February of 2021, and we're here for another stream. I've just completed my first week of work, which has been a week of work. Yeah, so it's mostly just been like HR shenanigans and that sort of stuff, learning about how payment processing works and all that shenanigans, which is fun. I've learned some stuff about, I mean, I kind of knew how credit card processors worked, but not really to this amount of detail, and like where all the money funds stuff, I don't know. Payment processing. I've shipped my first change at Stripe. I wasn't supposed to, but I was bored, so I figured, fuck it, why not? Oh, did I start the bot? I started the bot. Cool, we're good. Yeah, I shipped my first change, so the reason for shipping my first change is actually pretty funny. I'll get to that in a second. Let me say hi to everyone first. Michaela's first. How's it going? Yoda Droid. Hello. Zithrius, you've capitalized your name. Good to see you again. Welcome back. MJ, thank you again for the resub. How's it going? Hello. New stream time? I mean, it might be the time that I picked during the week. I don't really know what my workload's gonna look like yet, because the first 3 weeks are nothing like what normal work will look like, presumably. So I'm holding off on picking an actual schedule, although the Saturdays will be the same. So tomorrow's stream will be the normal noon o'clock stream at the time that we did before. So expect that at the normal time. But yeah, until then, I'm basically just doing ad hoc streams when I feel like it. Work has been real busy to the point where after work, well, I've been, I don't know, something about watching Zoom video meetings videos for like 7 hours a day just makes me completely exhausted. So I've not had. Wait, no, you did add one. Thank you for the resub, Yoda Droid. 10 months. Holy shit. Yeah, it's crazy. Time flies. Pandemic go brr. Thank you for the resub. Appreciate that. B-Man Z07. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. But what I was saying is like work has been exhausting. I haven't even really been doing any work is like the worst part. I think that's why I'm like so exhausted, because it's just like I have to pay attention for 7 hours straight. And I've talked about it on stream before, but like I have ADHD and paying attention for me is hard. I'd rather be doing 3 things than, you know, watching a stream. Also, it's so we have like startup classes and small groups and stuff, but the small group is 102 people. So it's not even like you can communicate with people and make it, you know, more of a interactive sort of situation. It's 102 people in a Zoom call, and man, every time they ask for questions, I'm just like, nah, I don't really want to talk over 50 people, so I'm just gonna not, because fuck it, why not? But I've been exhausted, and as such, I have run out of daily videos, which I feel bad about. But I was going to record yesterday, and then I didn't, and I don't know, it's been rough. I feel really bad about it. I know I shouldn't, because like it doesn't really matter, but like, yeah. I don't know. So that's been kind of, I don't know. I feel bad about it, but I probably shouldn't. But anyway, yeah, 1 week of work under the belt. What's the turn of? I don't even remember what the turn of phrase is. But anyway, you dropped it. Why'd you drop your sequel class, Michaela? I felt like you were doing fine. Sister says pre-commit good. Yeah, I agree. I like pre-commit. Mahamdi. Hello, hello. Good to see you again. What did you change? Wait, what do you mean? What did I change? Oh, what did I change at Stripe? Stripe has a. I guess I can talk about it because who gives a fuck? Stripe has a. Oh. The reason why it changed something. Oh yeah. That story. So this is stupid. Um, I was like poking around and stuff because like I wanted to get working on things before I was really allowed to. So I started up. So the main onboarding takes you through starting up the Ruby server. And I'm not gonna be working in Ruby. Well, hopefully not be working in Ruby all that much. And I was like, well, I want to start up the Python stuff, see what's going on there. And so I started up the Python stuff. I got it running, and like everything was working and such. And I SH'd the like dev box that we have, and I wanted to edit some of the code, and so I went to open Nano, and I'm like, wait, this is like Nano from 2012. This is like old school Nano, and like all my keyboard shortcuts don't work. And so I was like, oh yeah, well it's Python, so I can just install my text editor, right? So I installed my text editor, and the build of Python that Stripe had was missing was linked against the wrong curses. So if you import curses, curses.file, if you look at this model here, LDD, this guy, you'll see that it is linked against libncurses.w.so.6. And there are actually multiple libncurses. I don't actually know why they still ship the old one. There's literally no fucking reason to use the non-wide libcurses. So there's libcurses.so and then there's libcurses.w.so. And this is the wide version of libncurses. So this supports like Unicode and basically things that are not ASCII. This is the narrow ncurses, which does not support wide stuff. So, yeah, it's fucking 2021. There's no excuse to, write a Anglican-centric program that doesn't work with Unicode. I don't know why it's still possible to build, Python and other things against the wrong libcurses. But anyway, Stripe's Python was built against the wrong libncurses, so I was like, oh, I know how to fix this because I literally maintain Debian packages that do this the right way. And so I was like, well, I'll just go in and fix it. And so I poked around. I was like, okay, where do I fix this thing? I found the build script for it. Then I went to run the build script, and the build script was broken, so I had to fix the build script being broken. And like, six or seven changes later, I got a build of Python that had the proper linkage and could be built from source again, because I don't think it had been built in like a year. But yeah, so that was my first change, and did a bunch of that stuff. And the other like big Python guy that works there was like, "Oh, I'm so glad you did this because I was trying to run this script and it wasn't working." But yeah, that's my change that I did. I'm not really supposed to be working on work stuff yet. Every time I've like asked people about things, they're like, "Oh, focus on your onboarding." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's just videos." Why? MJ says, "Congrats on your new role. Missed a few streams. Late on the congrats. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it." Catherine, how's it going? Hello. Quarantine go brr. Yeah. It's true. You need to get back to coding to relax. It's true. I'm stir crazy watching videos. In the time of quarantine, I've completed courses in single variable and moved on multivariable calculus. Ooh, nice. Not awful says, why do people use Vim? A beginner here. I don't use Vim. But a lot of people use Vim. Well, I use Vim occasionally, but not as my primary editor. People use Vim because it's a decent terminal editor. Yeah, that's basically it. Untracked untracked file bot plugins FTL wiki. Yeah, that was when we were playing FTL. Oh, something I think my hair poked my eye, and so now it. Oh, now it's itchy. Oh God, I hate it. I need a haircut. Silly buttons. How's it going? But yeah, FTL wiki is from the 12-hour stream a while back where we played FTL. And that literally that plugin there is just to make it so the bot doesn't say like, what is the FTL wiki command? It literally just returns none. Because when people were accessing the FTL wiki, the bot was like spewing out the command list, and so we fixed that because the FTL wiki bot came into the channel during that. You're not obligated to video. I know I'm not obligated to make videos. I just feel like I should. You know. Not awful said. How was your college experience with ADHD, and what helped you? Uh, hmm. Well, for half of my half, two no, 2.5 of the years I was in college, I was medicated. So for the first 2.5 years, it didn't really, I was normal. No, that's a bad way to put it. I was in a state of mind where it wasn't a struggle to focus on things and be interested in things, and it was, I was a good student and paid attention and went to class and like didn't really struggle with, you know, all those things. Um, hey, what's up? It's Sabotage. Thank you for the resub at 4 months. Appreciate your continued support. Hello, hello. Um, yeah. Oddly, in a lot of ways, I feel like my ADHD meds actually made it so that, hey, silly buttons. Thank you for the bits. I'm glad you enjoy my Python course, my Python videos and such. As I say, I also feel like my ADHD meds, put up chat at least so that while I'm talking, there's at least something here. Juice is here. Oh, Juice. I feel like while I was taking my ADHD meds, like, um, it was a lot easier to not be sad all the time, which is a weird way to put stuff. Um, but yeah, anyway, the last like year and a half that I wasn't medicated, like, um, a lot of the Olameister, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. A lot of the the ways that I would get things done is I would I'm fairly good at doing a bunch of things at the same time, and if I'm constantly switching between a bunch of tasks, I feel like it's easier for me to accomplish stuff. I realize that context switching is not a good strategy for most people. It seems to work really well for me, but for others, it's not such a good strategy. And in doing that, what I did is I would take tasks and I would split them up into very, very small bits. And each time I would accomplish a small bit, I would get some sort of, I would feel like I'm getting some sort of reward for accomplishing something. And so what I would do is take, I have to accomplish these 3 large things. I would take those 3 large things, split them up into, 5 smaller things in between all of them, and rotate through doing all of those 5 small things. And so each of those small things felt like I was getting something done and was enough motivation for me to stay focused and complete things. That was the strategy that I took to completing stuff. Also around that time I switched majors from being biochemistry to being computer science, and I'm way fucking better at computer science than I ever was at biochemistry. And so in a lot of ways some of the stuff came more naturally and I was just better at it. Paula, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Um, in other ways, I mean, I still had a writing course during that time period, and so like, God, I fucking hated that course. The thing about the course though, is it was so good. For completing my requirements. So I needed 4 things, uh, in order to graduate on time because I essentially did my CS major in 2 years. This course was called Eastern European Cinema, and it was a 3-credit upper level writing which satisfied the diversity and inclusion requirement and it satisfied my distribution credits, and it satisfied my I could split the credits too, so I used one of the credits towards social sciences and two of the credits towards writing. So it satisfied my last one social sciences credit, which is stupid. Like, I needed like 10 social sciences credits and I had 9. And there's no one credit social science courses, so I had to like do some like bullshit to make that happen. But it satisfied like so many of my requirements, and so it was just like the perfect shitstorm of a course. Problem was, it was a movie class, and the way they did the movie screenings is they were from 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. on, I think it was Thursdays and Fridays. And I don't know about you guys, but on Fridays, give a fuck. I'm I'm gonna drink and have fun, and I'm not gonna go watch depressing movies about Eastern Europe. Oh, that was the worst part. All of the movies were incredibly sad because a lot of them were about like, the Holocaust, or persecution of gypsies, or like the Slavic Revolution, or like this stuff that was just like not fun to watch. And it was in subtitles, and I don't really do well with subtitles. And so honestly, when it came to writing the essays, it was a real struggle because I didn't attend the movies. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll just BitTorrent them, easy. And some of these movies were so obscure that you just like couldn't BitTorrent them. So one of the essays um, I wrote the essay entirely based on the Wikipedia synopsis of the movie. I didn't even watch it. I got an A minus in the class, but you know what? I hated that class so much. Did you push some changes in your first week? I did. I wasn't supposed to, but I did, silly buttons. The teacher was just asking questions, and the answers required things that he didn't ask for at all, like order by statements that he didn't bring up. Ah, I see. Don't lose your job? I mean, I don't think I'm gonna lose my job. If anything, I would just quit. That's how my job situation works. You made Babby at work? I mean, I installed Babby at work. It actually looks really cool. Um, if you're like using Light Terminal in macOS, which yeah, I'm currently on macOS, which I hate. Um, if you're using Light Terminal and you open Babby with a dark theme, it looks really fucking cool to just like switch back and forth. I don't know. I got a kick out of that. Leonard SH, how's it going? Good to see you again. The Yellow Sweater, good to see you as well. Speaking of encoding stuff, the string columns in my SQL class use Latin 1 Swedish CI coalition, which seems so random. What? Why would they use Latin 1 in 2021? Latin 1 is racist, by the way. Oh, I'm so far behind on chat. How am I so far behind on chat? Juice is here. Silly Buns, thank you again for the bits. Sabotage, thank you again for the sub. Stream for longer than an hour. I have to run an errand. Okay, I'll try. I'm so tired, but great you're streaming. It's true. Ting Official, hello, welcome to the stream. Recursive Panic. Recursive Kernel Panic. How's it going? Olameister says, which ADHD meds did you get? Sorry for my English. I'm from Germany. No, you're completely fine. I took Concerta, which is HCl complexed racemic methylphenidate. Racemic means that it has half D and L isomers, so you have I believe it's the L isomer is like 3 times as potent as the D isomer, and the racemic mixture is kind of a more mild version of it. Whereas fuck, what is that drug called? Alexa Pecan, thank you for the resub at 3 months. Ooh, you get a fancy new badge. Thank you for your continued support. Oh, what is the one? Man, it was like the one that all the kids did as a street drug version of Ritalin. Not Focalin, the other one. I don't remember, but that one's the LD or L isomer. I forget which isomer, but it's the more potent one. Adderall. Thank you, not awful. Yes, Adderall is the non-racemic version, which is much more potent. Griffinmore, good to see you. Why is Danny drunk? It's Friday. I'm not drunk. I've had like half a beer. A pass is a pass. It's true. I mean, I don't know. An A minus for me is uh, I don't know. I held myself to higher standards, I guess. B-Man Z says, "Did you have a lot of coding experience before you moved majors to CS?" Yes. I had actually had a job, a software engineering job, before I started my CS major. I had been in industry for 2 years before before that. Now I also had been programming for what, 13th grade? Is that when college starts? So 8-ish years at that point. I had been playing with programming. No booty. How's it going? Good to see you. Reading Wikipedia and writing about it sounds like what I'm about to do in my college success class because we're supposed to watch some homeless to Harvard movie. Hmm. That one's we just so weird. Yeah. Very weird. The how it is going is how it is going. I see, but Colonel Panic. I see. It makes sense. Hey, Concerta makes you feel horrible. It was great for me. Concerta was amazing. The other thing that was really nice about Concerta, well, and Ritalin has this too, is it's one of the side effects is it's an appetite suppressant. So yeah, I mean, beyond like not being able to focus, the biggest like problematic side effect when I stopped taking when I stopped being medicated was, oh, and the reason that I stopped being medicated is a bit of a complicated story. In order to get Concerta or related things, they are a Schedule 2 drug, which means you have to have a doctor's appointment once a month for you to check in for them to say, yeah, it's still good. Here you go, have your drugs. At least in the US. I don't know about elsewhere. And part of the checkup, specifically for ADHD drugs, is to do blood pressure tests. And uh, in my family, there's both high blood pressure and low blood pressure as a genetic trait, and so I'm predispositioned to one or the other. That said, every time up until this point, I hadn't really struggled with having good blood pressure, whether it's high or low. But somewhere around this time, a certain amount of like anxiety set in, and it got to the point where like I knew that I had to have my blood pressure at a good place when I went to the doctor, and because of that, I was afraid of going to the doctor and them taking my blood pressure, and then I had a fear of having a fear, and that fear, like, cycled in on itself, and it caused me to panic and get high blood pressure. It's what's called white coat syndrome, and yeah, I struggled a lot from that, and it got to the point where I just like stopped going to the doctor, and yeah, decided to just try and deal with it myself. So yeah. But anyway, ADHD medication. If you can get medicated, do it. I'm uh yeah, I would probably be much more successful if I continued to take my medicine, but I didn't, so I'm not a great example here, but yeah. I can admit you were right. Here in Germany, most people get MPHS ruin. My brother gets LVNS, which is lice dexamphetamine. Yeah. LVNS should feel much warmer. I see. A minus one of my plebin. Yeah. I mean, that was kind of the feel. The freaking synopsis though is a young girl, Murray, lives with her sister, their drug addicted schizophrenic mother, Jean, and their father, also a drug addict who's intelligent but has AIDS, lacks social skills, and is not conscientious. There's a lot to unpack in that. Oh my god. If I stop my vitamins for a day, I just pick out and suck. Oh yeah, I know. Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I gained like 20 pounds when I stopped taking my drugs before I realized like, oh yeah, you know, the only thing keeping me from eating this much was appetite suppressants. I guess I need to exercise and think more about, how I consume food. I still struggle with it because especially with the pandemic, I'm like fucking bored. And when I'm bored, I eat. And when I eat, yeah, not nice. Not good. ADHD medication is basic meth. Yeah, I mean, it's a few derivative molecules away from being meth. It's an amphetamine. It's true. It's true. Vin Diesel BMVW says regular people abuse that stuff too, just for university. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Or they snorted at parties, which is definitely a thing that people did. Never opportunity needs fucking money. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Grandpa's iPad? Good to see you again. I eat when I'm bored. It's a struggle. I try to ride my stationary bike every day. Vettel, are you secretly watching me? Because I do the same thing. I have a stationary bike. I fucking love it. I try and do 20 miles on it a day. It's still not enough. I'm still gaining weight. It still fucking sucks. Polymath engineer says, have you experienced frictional unemployment? Frictional unemployment. Is the result of voluntary employment transitions within an economy. Workers choosing to leave their jobs in search of new ones and workers entering the workforce for the first time constitute frictional unemployment. I mean, yeah, are you asking if I've quit a job before having another job? Absolutely. I've done that once. I would strongly recommend not doing that. It is a big mistake because you lose all of your leverage in hiring and salary negotiation because you have nothing to hedge against. So, yeah, my advice in that space is don't do it. If you can be employed and find another job, that is your best approach. Because worst case, you just stay where you are instead of being unemployed. But yeah, I quit my job at Yelp in 2017. I quit my job. Also, if you're going to quit a job, don't quit on the last day of the month, which is another mistake I made. Because many, at least in the US, many health insurances will extend to the end of the month that you're employed in. So if you quit on the last day of the month, you don't get a month of health insurance. If anything, quit on the first day of the month. But yeah, that's my advice there. Quarantine has made a rough exercise. Can't go to the gyms. That sucks. Can't play Sunday League soccer. So that's another regular physical activity gone. Stuck literally doing Zwift races. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, American health insurance fucking sucks. Okay, let's actually do some shit today because I've just been babbling for 30 minutes. And yeah, let us look at some pull requests. Is this the same one as this other one? No, there are two separate ones. Why did you do this? You're definitely going to conflict with yourself, buddy. 100%. Oh, might get lucky. They might get lucky. No. Why did they do it this way? These should be combined with the existing PyCon handling since they regex since they represent the same operations. Regexes? Is it regexin or regexes? Why did they add so many tests? Why is there... Why do people do this? And why did they use test output? That's so unrelated. This test can be much shorter. No need to have all the other fluff here. Let's get straight to the point and demonstrate what you're meaning. demonstrate. This means you can get rid of the... Oh, this is not the test that's obnoxiously long for no reason. This is the one. Rule of thumb for open source, you should never do any of the following unless asked. Changing configuration files, changing build infrastructure, changing git ignore, etc. Please rebase this out. Okay, so that one's not ready to merge. 79. All right, let's look at 80. What do they do here? NZ PyCon. What? Oh, I understand. The diff here is really confusing. I was like, wait, what? What happened here? Actually, wait, what? Oh, okay, I understand. I understand. They made a helper function. Get the diff here is super fucking obscure. So they changed the name of this function. They caused it to end early, so it's just doing the code rewriting portion. And they have made two separate things here. One for PyCon and one for RST. It's interesting that there's... I'd have hoped these were the same, but I guess they're not. It's fine, I guess. Let's see, how extraneous is their test going to be? Why have they added so many tests? What the fuck are you doing? You don't need all these tests. Please, just one test demonstrating your change. I already commented on there. I think it's the same person. Yeah, it's the same person. I already commented on the other one, so hopefully they'll take the hint on this one. Cool, well, those are out of the way. Can't merge anything there. Oh my god, this guy. Oh, this guy just makes me tired whenever I read any of their code. Steve Bandito, how's it going? Roy says you survived your first week back to work. I mean, kind of. All right, how many of you in chat are tired already? just for me opening this. There's this fucking wall of text. Wait, no, it gets better. Here's their PR description. And get this. This is their issue. This is their issue. And I'm like, what? And then this. And then I was like, no thanks. And then this. I'm like, please no. You wrote an essay. Well, for one, because you wrote an essay for what amounts to one or maybe two concepts, so it's definitely a factor. Yeah, it's definitely a factor. Another essay. Fuck. Guy's trying to impress me? Maybe this guy's looking for a ban. That's what's actually happening here. Some people just like to type. The worst is he went and reviewed someone else's pull request. And true to form, where is it? True to form, essay. Another essay. Holy shit. Dude, chill out. At least he's consistent. I mean, I guess so. This also isn't what I fucking asked for. Again. I'm just gonna change his pull request. I'm done receiving essays from him. I've stopped reading them, by the way, so I don't actually know what he said in his last comments, and I don't really care. I'm just gonna fix his patch. Is it this branch? Add type constants? Yeah. Oof. He must work in an environment where that is necessary, a little obfuscated. I can't think of an environment where that would be required. Also, why is it 4 commits? So, little minor note here. I'm changing these inner set literals to be tuple literals. And this is a tiny performance hack. Building a set is relatively expensive, and if you're immediately calling frozen set on it, you build a set object and then you toss it away. Because frozen set will just take the intermediate part and iterate over it. So it's much faster to build these as tuples and then call it frozen set. Also, that's how it looked before. Also, I don't think I have type annotations on this library, because this would definitely make my pie mad. So, might fix that at some point. Hey, what's up? It's Daito. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. It could contain the meaning of life. If a fucking fucking pull request comment contains the meaning of life, I'm okay dying without knowing it. Because that's not the place. That's not the place or the time. Polymath engineer says, I've had a manager who required text communications net for. I would just quit. Life's too short to write essays when you could just say 3 words. Maybe it's written about the secret location of a large chest of money that you'd never know about. I mean, it's possible. It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. But you know what? I'm okay not knowing. I'm okay not knowing it. From identify, import identify. That's fair. I actually think this is less. I actually think his patch here is less readable than it was before. What do you in chat think? I think this is much clearer from an assertion standpoint when you're reading the test. Like, oh yeah, we're making sure that all of the tags only have text or binary. But this is just like, oh, now I gotta look up whatever this fucking constant is. I think so too. Cool. Well, we're gonna avert this test then. Okay, what else got changed here? Insert executable and test in all tags. I explicitly got rid of format tags. Yeah. Okay, what do we got now? This is fine because it's in the code. I wouldn't have bothered, but also this test is useless. What the fuck is the point of this test? Type is what? Text, file, directory, mode is executable, non-executable. This test is useless. I mean, it's not demonstrating a regression. Their patch does not change it. Whatever. The bot agrees we have quorum. Perfect. When you have business users apparently, I see silly buttons. All right. They don't get a ship it give. I've decided. They don't get a ship it give. They've lost their rights to the ship it give. There's no way the tests are done already. Pre-commit's done though. Yeah, pre-commit CI done before Azure Pipelines even starts. Man, I'm so happy that this thing is so fast. I still need to make this fast. Maybe we'll do that today. Maybe we'll do that today. Oh, so I figured out the auto update problem that happened last time. The user got banned from GitHub. They were also trying to. They were trying to. I don't actually know what they were trying to do. They were trying to hack pre-commit CI in some way. I wish this actually spit out the whole pre-commit config here instead of just the CI portion, because then I could have seen better what they were trying to do. I think I posted this on the stream chat. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna find this. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna find this. But they we could probably just go through and we can just find it from. If I can remember what their name is. Oh, I gotta log in. Log in. Then we go to the all page. TubeWorm, how's it going? Grandma's iPad says, will it slow down with more users? Nope. It's auto scaling now. Their name was like X something. I still haven't deleted them from the data. Here's their name. I still haven't deleted them from the database. I think it was this repo, which I'm not gonna say out loud because I'm pretty sure it's a slur. Here we go. Yeah, it's this one. So they're actually this is apparently a fork of pre-commit. I recognize it because these are all of the hooks that run on pre-commit. And this is about the amount of time it takes because it's a large repository. So they initially forked pre-commit, and this actually triggered a bug in pre-commit CI, which is why the queue time is like 470 minutes here. This was the bug that we fixed like 2 weeks ago, where if you have an invalid configuration, the CI config like crashed, and so then we like re-upped that. Do you have a bug bounty program? I do have a security mailing list, and if anyone reports a security bug, I will pay them. And I will pay them fairly because I believe that bug bounties should actually pay fairly instead of, skimping out on users like most of the ones that I've submitted to. That said, I recently got $15,000 from Lyft. I've gotten my total up to $19,000 from Lyft. So that's pretty pog. But to be honest, 15,000 is not worth it for the scale of the bug that I found. I found what amounts to a company-ending bug. Essentially, full code execution on any host at Lyft. But Lyft's maximum is 15K, so that's all I got paid, which kind of fucking sucks. Did you find it while still working there? I mean, I've known about this class of bugs for years. I didn't really think about it while I was working there, though. Okay, but anyway, here's where I can tell that they're like trying to break stuff here. They've got this like weird global.tar.gz. Fortunately, they're too fucking dumb to figure out how to use precommit. So they well, what I can tell from this output here is they just stuck this TGZ into the repo field, which definitely doesn't work. And then the funny fucking part is the rest of all of their attempts here are them just trying other shit in that field. Like they first started with wget, then they're like git clone, cloning git clone. I don't know why they thought this would work. Oh, pip wget. Oh my god. Oh. The funny part is like if this global.tar.gz was a Python package, like it's not actually that hard to install it as an additional dependency, but like wget python-m pip download. Good attempt. At least this is a valid command now. They're moving in the right direction here. Now they're back to their original attempt, which is just the TGZ in there. And then they tried this other repository, but they misconfigured the tags. It looks like they're replacing the MyPy repository because this is a MyPy tag. But they made a valiant effort, but they were too dumb. Like if they were slightly smarter, they might have been able to run whatever code they were trying to run. But I don't even know what their code would have been able to do, because precommit CI is very locked down. But I don't know. And then they got banned from GitHub, like almost immediately after this. But yeah, let's see. Did they get banned for a really long PR code? It's like a tangent for not having their reality confirmed. Yeah. Let's see. Pre-commit, finally. Yeah. You mean we don't get pre-commit shirts? Oh, I mean, I'd. If you guys find a bug in pre-commit CI, I will definitely send you a pre-commit shirt. $5? No, I would pay way more than that. Like if the minimum would be 1,000. But yeah. Pog and Deep Grats. Hey, what's up, Dungus TV? Hello. How bad was the issue? Very, very bad. Extremely bad. Talented says, I submitted a bug to a company where it exposed all of their personal data and 1.2 million customers. They said thanks. What the fuck? That's so shit. Did you find it while still working there? No. You think saved the world? Underappreciated. Yeah. You saved us here. Have some spare change. I mean, pretty much. New video. I'm not allowed to talk about the actual bug. So, working there probably helps finding shit. Anyone could have exploited this. Did not require any working knowledge of Lyft, other than that they were a Python shop. That's all you had to know. Cloning a clone, yeah. JL, how's it going? Good to see you again. You planted the bug while you're working there, so you can report it later. No. I indirectly tried to fix this bug, without actually thinking about it while I worked there. But I never got the engineering resources to make it actually happen. But haha, it's gonna get fixed now, motherfuckers! How much delay is there on the stream? I'm really bad at reading chat, Dungus TV. I can actually show you the delay. If somebody types in chat, you can see exactly how slow you are relative to actual real-time chat. But yeah, I'm pretty bad at like talking stories and then not catching up on chat. But I do have this little pink thing where I can click on a position in chat and then I remember, so I get to everything else. So it does actually happen. You saved us from Uber price gouging us. Here's the thing: Uber's maximum bug bounty is like triple that of Lyft's. And honestly, I should have, you know, Uber has already fixed this bug. Uber had the same bug, but Uber's already fixed this bug, and someone else reported it before I did. But yeah, Uber's is triple that. But anyway, did they add some admin creds? No, that would be. I find that those are almost always found. I wish a security conscious company would hire you and spoil the heck out of you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like in a lot of ways, there aren't really companies that do that, even if you are really fucking good. But yeah, that's just the way things go. Recursive chat. Wait. Do we have recursive chat and recursive kernel panic in the chat at the same time? Is that true? I saw recursive kernel panic earlier, right? Right? Am I losing my mind? Yeah, recursive kernel panic was here earlier. Are you both here at the same time? Have we witnessed both of those users at the exact same time? Because if so, recursive chat says is it good practice to put 2 asserts in a test case? I do it all the time. I put more than 1 assert in a test case all the time. Often, like, what I'll do is I'll build a scenario and then assert things about the system under test. So like I'll perform an action and then observe behaviors. And sometimes I will have multiple behaviors that are shown there. So yeah, I think asserting more than one thing. That said, I think this is testing more than one thing. I would maybe put this as 2 separate tests with parameterize, although I would write it with PyTest and not unit test, but I think that's fine. There's nothing super wrong with that particular test. I would go with it. Apple's bounty is pitiful. People have found remote access bugs and paid less than 100K. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I could have sold the bug to, like, some black hat for millions, but whatever. Whatever. Someone found a way to access and delete files and turn off iPhones at a Bluetooth range, and Apple's like, cool, I guess. Have you just... what? web.archive.org. Oh god, I remember this version of GitHub. I kind of miss it. This is Ajax Dan. Man. Old school Ace Atili with only 2,000 contributions in a year. Oh, they used to have the streak. Oh, I missed the streak. The streak was so much fun. Right after this, this was February. Yeah, February 2015. Right after this, I went on like 100-day streak, and then they turned the feature off. Yeah, I remember that. Good shit. Good shit. Also, I really liked this field, this box here. Because they got rid of this box, and I think pinned repositories is stupid, so I don't do it. I think pinned repositories are stupid, so I don't do that. But like, you know, being able to showcase that I work on pre-commit, I work on PyTest, I work on talks, like having that automatically show up was really nice. I was really sad when they got rid of this box. But yeah, anyway. Uh-oh. I dropped it because it's unnecessary. I haven't seen the other guy. Oh no. That can only do a stack of what? Could have sold it to Zerodium? Yeah, I think they only pay like 2K though. Talented says, how do you typically tell companies you have found a bug? If they have a security bounty, I will tell them through their security bounty. If they don't have a security bounty, I will often email committers on their email mailing lists. If they're small enough, I don't fucking bother. I have emailed close to 200 companies in the last 4 months about a security bounty, and I think 5 of them have paid me. No, probably about 10 of them have paid me. The rates are awful. Is it the same bug? Yeah, yeah. For those ones, I guess this is not including the two bugs I reported to Lyft. So minus the 2 bugs that I reported to Lyft, all those others are exactly the same bug. And it's the GitHub Actions bug. If you do bang explains scam, I think it is. Explains scam. Yeah. I go over the details of that bug there. So I've emailed so many companies about this particular bug, and most of them just don't give a fuck. Yeah, most of them don't give a fuck. I guess there were a couple other different vulnerabilities that were not related to those. So I guess it's not all that one, but almost all of them have been this particular bug. Start streaking for us. Oh no. When I reported I could dump the entire database contents, the company basically ignored me, but I was a customer there, so my data is at risk tool, so after a month I sent them excerpts of some of the data. Then they responded and asked me about it, I explained it, and they were like, okay, thanks. Then they fixed it. Oh man. What a mess. Okay, cool. Where's X just went live with this live message? Remember when we prayed to the GC threading gods that Bobby's page kite will close gracefully? We're done praying. Which is amazing. That's quite the go live message. Okay, the other one to fix is a little bit complicated. This person's patch I think is fine, but I think pre-commit should be doing something better about this. Maybe if it's possible. Which is to add these Go mod files, because Go. Okay, so the background here is Go 116 changes how modules are built for stupid reasons. I don't know. I got salty, so I tweeted about it. Tweeted. What's the fucking word? I don't know. I don't really use. I mean, I don't really use Twitter. It's mostly just my shit. So, where was it? Here we go. As always, the release maintains the Go 1 promise of compatibility. Go 116. Hold my beer. And someone down here is like, well, you know, as far as I understand, there's been some important changes in Go's toolchain, but I don't think it's a violation of this. And I was like, who cares if the language API is backwards compatible if you can't even build? Anyway, I was a little bit salty about Go. But let's actually upgrade Go. Yeah, that'll spell scrap Go. Yes. I'm probably on 2 versions behind. Well then, let's upgrade to the latest version. 116 Linux AMD 64. Somehow it only gets bigger and bigger. I mean, it makes sense. 1.16 this. And then we have to purge home ace chili opt go 1.14.2 .linux AMD 64. And then we run the puppet. Type in the bad password. In theory, that should upgrade me to Go 116. And then we can run the predicament test and show how they're broken. Go's good. I mean, Go's fine. I just feel like this is a really annoying fucking breakage. Oh. Another thing that happened today. This pull request is merged. So I guess we're stuck with this shit forever. Structural pattern matching. Now landed in Python. But this reminds me, did this merge? When did it merge? Have we run a nightly yet? 3 hours ago. So tomorrow, I will remind me, because we're going to be streaming tomorrow, so remind me tomorrow to actually enable tests on this repository. Remind me tomorrow. Because I don't have tests enabled here yet, but remind me tomorrow to turn this on. Because I will be able to do it with the nightly build. Oh no, they reply again. I'm not gonna reply to them. I'm done talking to them. I've got to make a release. I think this is just setup.cfg here. Yeah. We are going to 160. Not a fan of pattern matching. There are parts of it. I think it would be less bad if it were less bad. There are things. So, how do I put? Oh, fuck! I don't have my password manager enabled. Hang on a sec, chat. Okay. PyPI, copy the password. Oh, my password is Control-Shift-V. Oh. Did I commit and tag this? I must have. Okay, cool. And these shit on things a bit slower, please. I can't keep up here. I'll just give you the thread. That way you can read the shit posting at your leisure. There we go. There you go. This password is Control-Shift-V. That's right, Mr. Wormhole. That's exactly what it is. Does this pattern matching thing make the language faster or slower? Technically it should make no change in performance. It might make it ever so slightly slower on some compilers that don't have computed go-to. And ever so slightly, I guess it'll make the parser ever so slightly slower. But it doesn't not at any measurable performance difference. Also, it's not significantly faster than if statements, so it's not making it faster either. Not a fan of pattern matching? Yeah, not a fan of pattern matching. So I've done this rant before, but I'll give you a abbreviated version of it. Python for the longest time has gotten a lot of criticism that it lacks a switch statement, which I think is entirely fair. Like Python doesn't have a switch statement. I would also argue that it still doesn't have a switch statement. What people are looking for in a switch statement is a way to take a value and, have some easy, lightweight, value-based switching on that value, and a way to, have an optimizing compiler that can take that switch statement and compute it and turn it into, something faster than an if block, a bunch of if blocks. And some people that work on Python were like, oh, well, yeah, you don't actually want a switch statement. What you really want is this complex ass pattern matching stuff. And you know what? That's fine. Pattern matching has a place. It works well in functional programming languages. It can work in Python. But I also think that they've made some really poor decisions about how the pattern matching is implemented in Python. I think it would be less worse if it were less magical. But the thing is, the match statement, I need to make a video about this. That's just like going over how it works and all this shit. The match statement uses syntax in the case statements, which again looks like switch, but it's not switch. Uses syntax in the case statements that looks like Python expressions. Like it's dotted names, lists, tuples, dictionaries, variable names, etc. But every bit of code in the case statement does not act like the normal Python expression. It has a completely different meaning for exactly the same syntax. And this makes it really hard to, it's a really big paradigm shift in the language. Like if you saw code that looks like, well, actually, I'll show you some of the weird shit about it. Because I think I have a version that's built already. In fact, I probably already have an example. Yeah. So let me just show you a simple example here. Sure. Let's say this is some constant. Now, again, I'm not coming from a functional background. I'm coming from, mostly a background where, imperative procedural programming. That's mostly where I come back from. Come from a background of. If I write this match statement here, intuitively in my brain, what this syntax means here is look up this constant and then substitute that value and then have a case in here that looks, checks if that value is the same. The way this actually executes is not at all like that. Python t.py by pi. So what actually happens here is this is a name capture. This matches any. It's essentially a wildcard. It matches literally anything, and substitutes the value for whatever is passed in as the match. And this makes sense in context, but I don't think it makes sense as a bare variable name here. The reason that this works this way is it's meant to be used as a capture group in these structural pattern matching bits. So I probably shouldn't use a variable name called match. So what actually happens here, let's see. And like, I guess if it's considered a base case from this case, like, yeah, maybe it makes sense. But also, I think case X, this should either be illegal or this should look up the variable. It should not do this name capturing shit. Like, no part of that makes sense. I also think that discarded names, so there's a new pseudo keyword, which is this underscore. This is a discarded wildcard match. It doesn't assign the underscore variable name like all the other underscore assignments do in Python. It just discards it. So it has special casing for a variable named underscore. But that's unrelated. I think like if I were designing this, I would probably use, I would probably forbid. I would either forbid wildcard name matches because there's no fucking reason to do match X case Y because this could literally just use X. It's exactly the same as the thing you're passing in here. I guess you could have like some expression here and then maybe it's useful, but just don't fucking do that. Do this if you're gonna do that. Like this is much more readable code. Like case wildcard print wildcard match. I think that would make much more sense. But anyway, this code here, this is where the name capturing comes from, and this is where structural pattern matching really shines in functional languages. And I think this is maybe fine. This is a little bit more advanced than what I would probably expect or use, but maybe work. Maybe it's all right. And then we get to the actual fuckery cases, which I tweeted most of them. So let me see if I can find them. I think I used this as a hashtag for all. Oh yeah, here we go. So instead of man, this is something that I've asked for from Python for a very, very long time, which is, man, it'd be really nice to have a dictionary unpacking operator like JavaScript does, which would be real great. It'd be real nice. It'd be great to have an unpacking syntax. But no, there's no unpacking syntax. But you can now do this, which acts like a dictionary unpacking. Because you can use the match statement to find values inside of a mapping type based on a literal. So what this does is it grabs the foo key out of here. And if the foo key doesn't exist in the mapping, you get this wildcard case where it fails to unpack. So we do get some stuff there. Oh, this is a fun one. What do you think this one does, chat? Actually, I wanted that indented. Oops. What do you think this one does, chat? So we assign X to 1. We switch on, well, we match on X. We have a case expression which does a variable ID. And then we have a clause on that case which does a walrus assignment. Which order do you think this runs in? I honestly couldn't predict this, but also I feel like walrus should be forbidden in a lot of places. I think walrus is stupid also, so maybe that's part of it as well. This could either be 1 or it could be 3. It's hard for me to know. I would think it would do this evaluation, the match evaluation first, and then the if expression. I think that's actually how it works, but it's kind of surprising. Actually found a weirder case here. If we just say if false here, so this branch should never be hit, right? And since it's never hit, it should never assign the variable y as part of this binding, right? Right? Hopefully? Right? Wrong. So even though the branch doesn't run, this evaluation has a side effect of reassigning this variable here, which is fun. Hey, what's up, Ben Griffiths? Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm just shit posting about Match right now, honestly. Of course, the chances, have you ever messed around with graphics programming / OpenGL? A little tiny bit, but not Not to a point where it was like actually useful. Is case underscore count as case default? Yes, but also case foo counts as case default as well. Case any variable name counts as case default. Does this break with Python, with legacy Python like enums? Yes and no. So there is one exception to the like, oh yeah, variables, you can't use them in cases at all in batch. You can, but you have to make them a dotted name. So I had const, something equals 6. And before I did, case const print it matched const it matched 5. I had this before. Fortunately, there's a hint when you try and do something dumb like this. It tells you that this is a wildcard match, and so everything after it is illegal. So you do get a syntax error here. So I actually think this error message is great. Like, this is a very good error message. DEFCON 201 Live, thank you for the host. Welcome, welcome. But there is a workaround to this. It's shitty. There is a workaround. You can stick this in a namespace, and as long as this is a dotted name, then it works. So you could put 6 here and see that it matches const. So there is a workaround for this that lets you do this. Another thing that I find really interesting. here's I just thought about this one. So if you call int with no arguments, you get 0 because this is the default integer. But if you call int with no parens in your case statement, what do you think this prints, chat? And this is another case where it's like, this is not what I would expect out of Python. But what do you think? What do you think this one prints, chat? We'll do a prediction. Prediction. Start prediction. Let's see. What will this print? It matches int. It matched 5. Start prediction. Yes. Okay. what is this one gonna print, chat? You can bet your channel points to tell me which one this will print. Here, I'll make it. Actually, how do I make it interesting? I don't know if we can make it any more interesting. All right, what do you think this one will print? Maybe I gave it away because it's too obvious. It's gonna match const because why not? Undefined. Undefined value of undefined not find. I will also accept not a number and nan wetman. Is our prediction done yet? Nope, not quite. Man, you guys you're going small in your channel points. You could win real big if you bet more. But I guess we're cheaping out on this one. Okay, we'll run it now. So I'm pretty sure what this prints is the first one, even though 5 is not equal to 0. Yeah. And the reason for this is the syntax in this case expression has, if you have parentheses in it, if you have parentheses in here, what it evaluates to is its instance of the left-hand side, and then it checks the match arguments of the inside. And since there's no match arguments here, this is equivalent to saying match this branch if x is an integer. Which is surprising to me. Again, like, not coming from a functional programming background language, so it could just be that, like, no, Anthony, you're a fucking idiot and you don't know functional programming and blah blah blah, but like, I don't know. It could be useful if you need to do time checking, so I kind of see. Yeah, no, it totally makes more sense if you're doing something like, I don't know, vector 2. And this is actually an example that I need to put in the video where I describe this. Ripper self turn type self not name self.x self.y. And I believe you need to do match args equals x y. I think something like that. So you could do vector 2 5 6, and then you could say vector 2 5 y val, and then print I got y val equals case vector 2 I got some other vector. I think this is how this works. If I can... Why is there a parenthesis there? Vector 2 has no attribute x. Oh, I'm a dumbass. Yeah, so what happens here is the things in parentheses, and this is the like real fucking mindfuck shit that happens here. The things in parentheses, the way this case gets evaluated as is, oops. It gets evaluated as if is instance x vector 2. So it takes this little vector 2 bit here. And then what it does is it takes the rest of it and it's a tuple. And you say, and tuple equals tuple get outer x get outer val for, actually tab this out down here, and 5 mock.any equals tuple get outer val for val in type x dot match args. So this is how it gets the other comparison part here. And then given all those are true, it does y val colon equals get outer x type x dot match args 1. This is kind of what this expands out into. So this literal thing that kind of looks like a tuple here is actually a tuple. Which, again, what a mindfuck. Just make switch y.type go stonks, right, Mr. Parmel? I feel like that would have been way better. Oh, did I not do the prediction? Prediction. Shoes outcome. Complete prediction. Oh man, you got 50 channel points. But anyway, match is kind of wild. Is there another syntax? Oh yeah, there's another syntax. I find the other syntax isn't so bad. Again, it makes no sense in Python, but I don't think it's so bad. So if we delete the code, x equals 5, match x. Oh, the other thing that's interesting is match is only a pseudo keyword, because a lot of times you would use match equals some regex dot match something and use it as a variable name. So this is only a soft keyword, so it can appear in some syntax contexts and in others that have different meaning. But if you do something like what is 5 in binary? 5. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 or 1 is 5. Yeah. So if we do this, and again, this is the less weird one. So when I see the pipe in Python, I think, oh, this is a binary OR computing some value, right? And 4 or 1 is 5, 5 or 99 is 103. So I think like, okay, well, or we could, I guess we have a third case here. Case other. And we showed earlier that this is a generic match. So we kind of have, three ways to spell this. And so, what do you think this one does, Chad? I mean, I already kind of gave it away, especially with the last one that we did. So what this does is the OR actually expands out into multiple matching cases. So this is a shorthand for saying case 4 do this, case 1 do this. So you could match either of these two values. So if we run this, you'll see that it matches 5 pipe 99 because 5 matches one of the cases in here. Which I find a little bit weird. I think that covers all the cases of. Actually, I wonder what happens if you do. What happens if you do this? Does it bind? What's if you put parentheses here? Alternative patterns bind different names. That's an oddly specific syntax error. What happens if you do this? Weird. Huh. I'm surprised that they put in that much thought there. Invalid syntax. Guess this needs to be parenthesized if you have an as? Interesting. Anyway, there's 2 different ways to bind names as well. You can either use as or you can use the wildcards, which I find a little bit interesting as well. But anyway, match statement. I didn't mean to go on a whole tangent on that, but anyway, D-Delsp, how's it going? Good to see you. Now I understand why these pep-jep type discussions get so heated. People have some mad opinions. I mean, I think the syntax is nonsense. When is the plan to remove self? You can actually do it now with some crazy monkey patching meta-class hackery. But yeah. Is the keyword or not allowed in a case? It is not, is a syntax error. I think that would have made more sense, honestly, than binary or. Logical or would have made more logical sense to me. I don't know why they picked binary or. That's kind of weird to me. But good point there, Silly Buttons. Or wait, no, was that Silly Buttons? Who said that? Dean Alps said that. Yeah, good point there. Jermax, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Next time I see match, I'll slam my switch on the board. Anything Ritz Coach shows how not to use match statements. Yeah, it's true. Dinell says, I'm alive, didn't have to fill out a timesheet for the first time in 6.5 years. Nice. Yeah, timesheets fucking suck. What? Bell Company used timesheets for developers to get tax breaks. How does that work out? Let's just all use C and call it a day? Oh no. Not C. Anything but C. Okay. Looks like we have upgraded a bunch of packages too. But now I should be able to go version, and get 116. Okay, cool. Upgrade. Go to 116. I bet this branch is out of date and I probably have to rebase. I do. Ace. Okay. I'm just gonna rerun this, make sure that I didn't actually miss anything upstream as I type my bad password. Yes, my password is bad password. Just for you guys on stream. I think 117 or 18 people go insane. Oh yeah, the new generic stuff. I think generics was missing in Go for a long time, and I'm glad they're adding it. I really don't like the way they're doing the syntax in it though. New IP is capitalizable and thus provides the ability to get tax breaks from the government. It's stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds pretty dumb. NGL. Okay, so I don't have to suggest this prune. That's the default now, as I have configured in my git config. Okay. Yeah, go 116 fixes. Okay, so there's a few things that are broken in 116 in predicament in the tests. One is that empty Git repositories have this error about GoMod being broken in weird ways. The other failure is error. Somewhere. I lost it already. The other failure is that the remote is not configured properly. So in theory, pre-commit should work fine with non-GoMod Git repositories. Is this even fucking worth fixing? I don't even know. But I think languages Golang. I think the problem is I do this clone here, and then I don't set the remote properly. Run setup command git remote set URL. I don't even know what the remote is at this point. Oh, I do have remote. Get remote origin set URL. I think. Oh, this is supposed to be prefix. Equals set remote. I think this might make the tests better. No, it makes it worse. Unknown subcommand origin. Get remote. Oh, I did it in the wrong order. I did it in the wrong order. It's supposed to be set URL origin. Nope, still fort failed. Huh. Hmm. How do I test this? Also, I bet. I bet Seven Tools Golang is broken also. Let's see. I thought generics was for 2.0. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what version it's going to land in. NickCon, how's it going? We have to do my job. All Jira cases have to be marked as capitalized or not, and we have to enter hours on all those cases. Oh my god. Did you say no GoMod? I did say no GoMod. D-Nels says, so stupid, waste of time. Gonna head out to play some video games. Have a good night. Well, thank you for stopping by, D-Nels. It's good to see you as always, and sure as shit. Here come the F's. F's in the chat for these tests. I'm actually surprised any of them are passing. I'm not really sure why things are passing. Maybe the failures are unrelated to 116. I kind of suspect they're related to 116 though. Oh god, the output is shitty. Go get -d returned non-zero exit status 1. War me the output. Where's the output to this command? I would love to see the output. I bet I hide it for dumb reasons. Where's the actual... Can it find main module? Yeah, this is the same bug. Same problem. Same problem. So I think adding go mod will fix it. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. Hi ho! How's it going? Hello, hello. Yeah, this is the whole... Oh god, there's so many of these I have to fix. I'll do this some other day. I'll make an issue at least. Maybe someone else will come along and fix it for me. Setup tools, going. Breakages for 1.16. Building. And the tests are broken for building 1.16. Pretty sure I just need to add a go.mod to the tests. Also, setup tools, building examples. It's probably broken. Broken as well. Shouldn't be too difficult to fix though. And maybe someone will do this for me. Let's see. Help wanted bug. It's actually pretty easy to fix, so maybe someone will pick it up. Neros, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. What happened to the auto caps? I turned it off because I was so annoyed by it. Yeah. But if somebody gifts a bunch of subs again, maybe I'll turn it back on. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna merge this person's patch because I don't know how to fix it better than that. Where did it go? Did I not open it? I didn't open it. I did open it. Yeah. I actually wonder before I do this. Maker-p source/github.com/ I don't know, /example. And get init dot babby main.go. Hey, what's up? Daniel Lup, thank you for follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Package main, bug main, import, thumped. Thumped.println. Oh, hi there. Well, gotta be on brand, right? Export go path or go path equals temp/y go get dot. Okay, so that error is in that way. What if I do get remote set URL origin git@github.com utility/example? What if I do this? Get remote add. What if I do this? Does get work again? Does not. So it requires go modules, independent of setting the remote properly. What a stupid breaking change. Okay, then this is definitely correct. Validated that this is the only reasonable fix. Even setting the remote properly does not convince Go that it should build. Roller says, how do you feel about when a company open sources a product but then charges to use it? Does that mean like an example is SourceGraph, where all of their source code is open source, but you can pay a support contract for them to host it and run it? Or do you mean like MongoDB, where they've licensed it as source available, but you can't run it in a commercial capacity? When you mean open source, do you mean like permissive license, or do you mean like um, a source available license? Because I think source available licenses are kind of shitty. Like, what's the point? That's not helpful. Um, in my opinion. Uh, uh, Milky, how's it going? Hello, hello. Are you getting this in a remakes? Yeah, probably. Um, uh, I think I'm going to be disappointed with the games. I'm just gonna put that out there. So from the Pokemon series, there's been two styles of remakes that have happened. There were the Fire Red and Leaf Green remakes, which were great because they added a bunch of content to the game and changed. They were remakes of the game, but inspired by the originals. They weren't like cookie cutter reproductions of Red and Blue with updated graphics. And then you have the remakes that are like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where they basically took Ruby and Sapphire, which I fucking loved. I fucking loved Ruby and Sapphire, and I fucking loved Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But I was disappointed with the games on the whole because they essentially took the original game and just copy pasted it, updated the graphics, and used the battle engine from that generation. I felt like they could have gone a lot further and taken, been inspired by the original generation, included some of the nostalgic parts of the original games, but then augmented the story or like changed it to a different direction and made a much better game. Now, granted, they did add some like post game stuff, which was kind of cool, and like being able to catch Deoxys in game was legit, and like you know going to space was cool, and the Mega Evolution stuff was cool, but like I felt like they could have gone further with the normal story instead of just being like, oh yeah, in the original games, now that I go here, I'm gonna see this person, and then in the remakes, you're like, oh yeah, well, I guess it's still the same. I don't know. I think these new games are gonna be like that. Chris the Krabby, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. I also feel like it's an interesting choice that they chose to pick a different game studio to do it. So we will see what happens when not Game Freak makes a Game Freak game. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still gonna get the game. The game looks like me sprites. Yeah, a lot of people are like not happy with the like chibi sprites, which I feel like it's an art choice. I'm okay with it. I don't really give a fuck. In a way, the chibi sprites are kind of nostalgic. Like that's what they looked like in the original games. So replicating them in the new games seems good. I also felt like when they didn't do chibi sprites in, well, I guess they kind of did. They did like big head people sprites for ORAS. I felt like it was a little bit weird, but I don't know. Overall, I think the game's probably gonna be fine. I'm just hoping they keep the Poker Radar. If they don't have the Poker Radar, I'll be really disappointed. But from the previews, it looked like they're retaining a grid. So as long as they retain a grid, that means you can play Poker Radar and chip it. The hard part, I guess they would have to use the D-pad for that. Because like if you look at a Switch controller, here's a Pro controller. If you look at a Switch controller, you have these, which are not good for staying on a grid. I guess you have this D-pad, which is good for staying on a grid. The D-pad here. But I don't know. Most Switch games, like you're using the joysticks to move around. So I don't know how that's gonna work if they're gonna try and retain a grid there. But anyway, Pokemon, yeah. Pokemon. I like how that controller is color coded in all black for accessibility. Yeah, I really like the feel of this controller. Juice is back. I got you more Costco snoosages. Nice. The vegetarian sausages that Costco sometimes carries. Cool. Are sausages snuggly sausages? Yeah, I mean, the true answer is I have broken Mel's brain because I talk weird, and so now Mel talks weird. Um, it's a side effect of brain breakage. Um, but yeah. Anyway, and yeah, that was all the open source stuff that I want to do today. I still have to review this R patch. Um, which I haven't looked at in 3 days, but I think I'm gonna put that off because it's big and I don't want to look at it all. Um, I thought I'm messing my words, priming them. I don't know. I'll take escitalopram or something. I always call it escitalopresky. No one understands me but Anthbonk. I mean, you don't even understand me either. That's how he makes people dependent on him? Yes, I corrupt your words and make you a goofball like me. The answer says, I'm looking at XXC vulnerabilities with XML. I don't understand this completely yet. Does this only work with requests containing XML or also with opening/parsing an XML file locally? I believe XXC, is XXC the like entity, remote entity loading? Or is this the entity expansion? Oh, this is the external entity. Yeah, so there is ways to include. XML has like an include system. Yeah, this tag here, which allows you to load a file. And yes, both loading. Anytime you're loading XML, whether it's locally or in a request, if your XML loading system does this external entity resolution, then yes, both of those cases are vulnerable there. Because what somebody can do, I mean, it's usually not a big deal. Um, Actually, how can it end up in remote code? Okay, let's see. Fortunately, side the PHP expect module is loaded. We get RC. How do you get code execution out of it? I'm actually not sure how you exploit code execution on this. I know how you can like read files out of stuff. The way that I've seen this entity expansion be buggy before is you can use it to show when somebody loads a document of your stuff. Uh, and I know Lyft was vulnerable to this a couple years ago, where if you uploaded a docx file which had an entity expansion in it, and it would expand all the entities, and so it would load websites. And so you could set up a server that listened on a port and use an entity expansion that requested that, so you could know when somebody opened your document. But I don't know how it expands into arbitrary code execution. I know you can read files with it and stuff. XXD. Mm. Mm. I mean, file retrieval is easy. Let's LFI. Oh, I don't want to watch a video. Never mind. Oh, are these all videos? These are all videos, almost certainly. Yeah, like I only know of ones that do stuff like this, which read content. But I don't know. The one I liked, he's got it open in burp, and you can just pause it. Yeah, reading files not reading files isn't arbitrary code execution though. That's the as far as I understand, it's just like reading contents of other stuff and splatting it into files. It says work on all markup stuff like KML. I don't remember whether KML is a subset of XML or not. It works on anything which implements that same entity expansion feature. And any loader, I mean, it isn't language specific. Like you can have an XML loader that doesn't support entity expansion. Which I would argue that any good XML loader does not support entity expansion in the modern day, for many reasons. But yeah. Oh, I'm actually exhausted. I got up extremely early this morning because the fucking neighbor's car alarm went off at 6:45. Uh, so I think I'm gonna take a nap. I realize it's a shorter stream, but I'll be back tomorrow at the normal stream time, and we'll do a full stream tomorrow. I have a bunch of stuff that I need to get done for pre-commit CI, and I think we're gonna push the button to make it go live tomorrow for private repos. So stop by for that. That'll be fun. But anyway, let me do my spiel. YouTube.com/AnthonyWritesCode if you want to check out my previous content. I just got back. I'm sorry. I've had a long day. You can check out my previous content as well as educational videos that I try and upload every day, but I didn't upload one today because I've run out of videos. Which is, yeah, kind of sad. Anyway, I announced my streams to two places. One of those is twitter.com/codewithanthony. The other one is the Dick Sword. Feel free to join or follow or all that other stuff. I usually say what I'm going to work on. Oh, another cool announcement. The sponsor stream that I did with Azure, they have edited it together, and there's a real cool. I mean, it's kind of silly. I like the video, but I don't know. It's hard to follow unless you were actually there or experienced it. So like, I know what was going on the whole time, but like, it's kind of hard to watch. But anyway, it's cute. There's plushies and stuff, and the editing's kind of fun. I don't know. I got a JSON into there, so there's there's now me saying JSON like a fucking weirdo in an official Microsoft video, which is kind of fun. But anyway, check that out. Follow, join the Discord, and thank you all for stopping by. Let's go find someone to raid.